You don't actually live inside your mind, but every single problem that you've ever had comes from believing that you do. The moment you become aware of your thoughts, something quietly begins to die. And what dies is not the real you. I know the voice inside your head feels very intimate, but the thing is, you didn't even invite it. You know, these thoughts are going to come in unasked. The problem with it is you identifying yourself with every single thought, especially if they are the thoughts that you don't want to think. Normally, the body reacts first. You feel it in your solar plexus here in your chest or in your gut. That's why people say, follow your gut. I got a gut feeling about this. If you can become still enough to be aware of this change in the body first, awareness actually comes after. So someone says something about you, you get bad news, anything like that, immediately you're going to feel it in the body first. And once you can become aware of the body, then you're going to be able to see the thoughts for what they are. They are not you, they just are thoughts. Anything you can observe cannot be you. So your mind isn't broken, it's just loyal to the past. It's going to protect the old identities, the old habits, the old toxic people. It wants to keep you back there because it wants to keep you safe. That part of you that's telling you that you can't do it, that you'll never be enough, that you'll fail, it only knows you. So if you have told yourself that you're not enough and you have had failures, your mind or your ego is going to keep telling you this because it wants to keep you down and it wants to keep you safe. It's not trying to hurt you, it's just a mechanism. The mechanism of the ego doesn't see infinite, it just sees limited. So it wants to keep you limited. You can't destroy the ego, but you need to get it on your side. You need to show the ego that you can be aware of more and identify yourself as something bigger and stronger rather than the old thing in the past. It's going to choose known pain. And this is the thing, a lot of people just get stuck in this cycle of, stuck in pain. They identify that I am this person that has been through this and I've been fucked over so many times. And the more that they continue to say this and talk about themselves in this way, it becomes who they are and becomes their identity. And they're not aware of this, so it continues and continues. Then they wonder why they get people that are pricks in relationships, or they wonder why they get fucked over in their jobs, because you haven't become aware yet of what this old identity is still feeding you. And it mistakes old habits for safety because those old habits, you've been doing them for so long, and it basically sees them as safe, and it sees growth as risky and unsafe to you. So you have to take control and you will have to grow. You know, the mind protects the old self even when it's killing you. Right before you react, there's a silence that you've actually never been taught to notice. So it's like a micro pause. Like I said before, you're going to feel it in the body first. You're going to feel it in the solar plexus, or essentially in your gut. In that moment, the breath shifts. So your breath kind of becomes a bit more heavy or shorter. Well, everyone's different. So that's the first thing. If you can become aware of the body, the solar plexus, the change in the body, that's where choice awakens. So once you become aware, okay, I'm uncomfortable, bang, you're going to get thoughts of your old identity. But now that you're aware of them, you can let them go and maybe replace it with a thought that you would like. But we're going to get into that later on self-concept. But stay with me here just for awareness. Awareness is the key. You have that moment, you feel uncomfortable, thoughts start to race, but now you are the observer of the thoughts, the awareness, you can see the thoughts run. You don't think you are the thoughts anymore. So you don't start having an inner dialogue with yourself about why this isn't going to happen, or what's going to happen next week, or what happened in the past, or blah, 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 blah. You're not aware of it. Well, you're not identified anymore. You've become aware of it. In that silence, in that moment, when you feel it, in that silence is the only place that you will ever be free. Because in that moment of freedom, you have choice. Who am I going to identify with in this moment? Am I going to be the old, outdated version? Or am I going to be the person that I am becoming now, that I have become already? And that's how I respond. You got to ask yourself this. So you've been training the wrong thing your entire life. You've been trying to control the mind, but you can never control the mind. The mind is infinite. You can choose whatever you want in your mind, but the problem is you've continued to choose the old identity and the old awareness of self. So it's just going to keep running and running and running and running. You've missed the observer. You've missed the awareness on the outside of it. So, you can't silence the mind, but you can outgrow its authority. You can become larger than it and then start to expand it. As I said, the mind is infinite. So why are you playing so small, thinking about the same shit every single day, expecting to get a different result? You see, awareness isn't a skill. It's a memory. It's already here. It can't be forced. And it can't be achieved. It can only be felt. Like I said, you can feel it here in your solar plexus or in your gut. The gut feeling will tell you every single time. And then after that feeling, you can respond as the old or you can respond as the new. You were never meant to become anything. You're just meant to remember who you truly are. So for the next few days, what I want you to do is notice the space under the thoughts. That stillness is not empty. It's actually your new home. So don't rush away from this. Let this become familiar. And when you're ready to go deeper, I'll see you next time.